Hey, everybody. I'm trying to learn these streams don't actually start when I think they start. Um, hey, it's January 19th, 2025 when I'm recording this. This is office hours. It's mainly for people on Sleeping Plus, but probably see it other places if you subscribe. The only other place we have subscriptions is YouTube and Apple Podcasts. If you support the show there, thanks. We do the best way to support the show is on Sleep With Me Plus, and particularly on Sunday, January 19th, 2025. You can see why having our own membership program is key to keeping the podcast going, because a lot of creators are hurting today, and I understand it. Anyway, so we're going to do Nog tasting. Believe it or not, I'm still nogging around in 2025. But first, I'll do a quick run through and then a rambling run through and while I taste Nog. Okay, quick run through of my points is we've started our new expanded release schedule, and on Sleep With Me Plus, I'm just wondering how it's going. You could comment on Discord or post a comment on the, if you're watching this in your email, though I'm still trying to figure out, we've had some issues with the YouTube videos working on the emails, or you could reply, or you could send me a message on the contact form on our website. Those are the best ways to get a hold of me. But yeah, so we're putting out an extra episode a week until the plan is hopefully to do it until Memorial Day. Right now, it's too early to say. Well, it's not too early to say. People are getting a lot out of it. Is it sustainable? I don't know. Or is it? But people are listening to those episodes, and so that's a good thing. And people are sleeping to them or getting comfort from them, and that's our goal to do more of in 2025 instead of shrinking the podcast. We're going to try to make it work by serving our audience the best we can. So let me know what you think on the release schedule right now on Sleep With Me Plus. We've been trying to put the episodes out on Fridays, the repeats, just so it's less confusing for people. Is it Thursday? Because then the public feed, it comes out, new episodes come out Sunday and Tuesday now, and then Thursday are the repeats. Thursday is normally a day we put bonus content on Sleep With Me Plus for Boar friends and Boar besties. So I'm always slow to change the release schedule. I'm happy to be additive, right? But to switch something without a lot of feedback causes people to cancel. So let me know what you think of that release schedule. And if you think it could be different. I was afraid if I put it out on Wednesdays, then it'd be Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? And then that would mean people would miss out on the new episodes since this is an extra episode every week. So we're open to discussion. And if you like what we're doing or you want a small change, the best way to do it is vote with your wallet. You already support the show. Maybe you're already supporting the show where you're comfortable. But a huge way to vote with your wallet is to become an annual supporter. Particularly beginnings of the year, we have a lot of declines. Right now, we're dealing with more than normal. And annual subscriptions cut back on those declines. And they also cut back on the amount of processing pay, the amount of costs, the amount we pay for payment processing, because there's only one payment process versus 12. That's why I give a huge discount. Plus, the people that are going to support annually, you probably listen to the show a lot. So yeah, vote with your wallet or check out another tier. What else we got here? Quest story only. So that's some major stuff. I'm going to talk more about future schedules and ideas. But yeah, the good news is with this new schedule and with 2025 being a year we've really plotted out, we're able to add, even before the repeats, we've been working on being adding more consistency but also more variety. And then on top of that, now the repeats, which we're also curating, and as we get into a work rhythm, Russell and I will curate even more to keep. And the idea of curating is parsing all the feedback we've gotten over the entire history of the podcast and making sure we're releasing stuff based on that feedback. So stay tuned because some stuff. Well, yeah, I mean that's how we're parsing it. We are not doing any episodically modular series, so you're going to get more Trending Tuesday episodes, and then eventually maybe some favorites, other favorites. Maybe in the summer or another time we'll do more an episodically modular series. But right now, based on feedback, listeners are good with them out. We're going to just continue to put out the same amount of episodically modular episodes as we always do. All right, let's do some tasting. Vote with your wallets. We'll talk about story only episodes. So I don't think we're putting the story only episodes out in the let me just check here. Yeah, right now we're not putting the repeats out in the story only episodes. But we could. And then the question is, do we do that back in the past? Some of these already have story only episodes, but they're a little bit raw. Like these ones we're remastering and editing for content. We're trying to keep them as loose as PG-13 as we can. With I don't know, we're doing our best, right? So, do you want the story only episodes popping up as new or as old story only episodes? And again, let me know your feedback, and then I'll parse it and we'll adjust. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do some nog tasting. I'll talk about the future, and then you don't have to pay attention. Okay. So this is the first nog I'm tasting. Believe it or not. So what happened was right before the holidays, I was like, wonder what the expiration dates on eggnog are. Most of them were in late January and early February. So I said, why not stock up on nog? So this is a Safeway nog. Also, today's my long run day, so this is going to be helpful for me. So this one I already had open. I have to finish it. So this is a Safeway Lucerne brand, and it's good, watery, and whatever. This one isn't. This doesn't have alcohol in it. I don't know if I've ever had this one before because it's vanilla spice, Southern Comfort. Doesn't have Southern Comfort. Hopefully, it doesn't have a Southern Comfort flavor to it. It's also kind of pale, about the same as the other one. Interesting. I think it maybe does have. I never drank a lot of Sun Fruit Comfort unless I was in rough shape. But it's got a little powdered sugar at the end. Okay, different because it's a vanilla spice Southern Comfort eggnog. Might be good as a mixer for those of you that drink. The last one is this Buds of San Francisco eggnog. I know we've had it every year. I never remember if it's good or not. It's definitely got some color in there. I don't know if it's coloring or not. Entirely different. Initial thoughts is that's the least. Maybe the Safeway is the best out of these three, or the one I like the most. I don't know. Huh. These ones kind of cancel each other out. Okay. Southern Comfort definitely has the best mouthfeel and consistency. It's not too thick, not too watery. And so it kind of wins just on that. The Buds, no offense. Maybe it's just a little too much nutmeggy or something. And then the Safeway, which I thought was the best. I mean, it's a store brand. It's a little watery. But Safeway one's really good for mixing in coffee. I mean, I guess all of these are. So, all right. Let me see what I can do with all this. I have too many things here. Okay, so one other thing, this is a longer term discussion and thoughts is like as we move into uh like the summer, right? Like we're trying to figure out uh like for the public side of the podcast, we're going to do something like subscriber summer again, and that enables us to just to take time off the show without taking time off the show, um, and to catch up on anything we can catch up on, and it saves money. Like produce every episode. If you consider how many episodes we put out, has a set. Every new episode has a kind of set cost, and like making new less episodes, it's just kind of, we're still going to be producing the episodes. It's not like, I don't know. So but we don't cut back on Sleep With Me Plus. But what I'm thinking is that I kind of talked about this in another way. It's like, what if like we're continuing to like produce the same high quality episodes, but they start coming out on Sleep With Me Plus. They don't necessarily have episode numbers. They have estimated episode numbers. So what I mean by this is like, what if this summer you on Sleep With Me Plus are still getting the same amount of episodes, like every summer, and some of those are going to be bonus episodes, right? On location episodes, Fearless Flyer episodes, other like avant-garde-esque episodes that just would never work in the ad-supported feed. But other episodes will be highly produced in studio, like in the Climbing Closet studio episodes, right? And so what if those were like episodes that are going to come out in the far future? I don't know. I guess it's hard to maybe I'm just being confusing. And the other thing would be, so what that would mean is also we take out the episode numbers or give estimated episode numbers, because what I don't want to do is like have the Sleep With Me Plus feed have you get episodes start getting it. So it means you'd get episodes earlier and earlier and earlier, like almost like at some point you'd be getting 2026 public episodes in 2025. That's how far I have to plan. But what I don't want to do is have you start getting the seasonal episodes suit that early. So I'm imagining this thing where I haven't run the numbers, right? This is more of planning versus implementing. So it's like I haven't like started to count. Like right now we have the schedule kind of plotted until April, right? And again, that's a fluid schedule, but after April, then we'll start planning May, then we'll start looking at the summer. Is like so I guess what I'm saying is, and this is all has happened on Sleep With Me Plus, where it's like, would you be okay with getting the holiday episodes as they come out in the public feed, or like a week early or 3 days early? You wouldn't lose anything, right? Like we'd just be like making sure the seasonal episodes stay seasonal if we start getting pretty far ahead. Like right now, Sleep With Me Plus gets episodes 10 to 12 days ahead of the public. I could see a place in the future where you're getting episodes where we're getting into that 14 to 21 day window. I guess this is super confusing, but I don't know, just things I'm thinking about. Because again, this is the year 2025. We're trying to see where, go for it, right. Like that's what I'm doing. I'm going for it. Podcasting. If you ever want to follow the news of like what's happening with podcasts, just follow like what's happening with This American Life. And it's wild that that's mirroring what's happening with Sleep With Me, though. Like making a sleep podcast obviously has its own difficulties, but making a prestige podcast probably mirrors it, because like our episodes our listeners are falling asleep, so it's harder to get people to support the show, where that prestige podcast, it comes with a higher cost per episode, and so they also have to find a way, they're just under a big squeeze right now, so it's like interesting. So it's also reassuring, right? Because it's like the whole podcast industry is kind of going through this, not just Sleep With Me. But my decision is to go for it, right? And like be like, we've cut back since 2020 and tried to be creative and cut wherever we could. And there's actually no more cutting to do. So it's like, okay, let's stop cutting and start getting creative with like what we can do to serve the audience. And it's sustainable, at least for the, or is this going to be sustainable? I mean, I think we'll know, but right now it's sustainable. Adding this extra episode a week because it's a repeat. And yeah. So anyway, I'm just rambling. Anyway, thanks for the support. Thanks for listening. That's why I ramble on these, so you kind of get an idea of what to expect or where my thoughts are all over the place. All right. Thanks, everybody.